Welcome to the world's fastest sport.
For flying out loud.
Hello and welcome to What the Flick. I'm Christy, this is Matt, this is Alonso, this is Ben. We're gonna talk about planes, which is like cars, but they're planes. Alonso?
Pretty much, yeah. The opening title tells us that we're in the world of cars, but this time it's about airplanes, mainly about Dusty Crophopper, a crop duster voiced by Dane Cook, who wants to enter a big round-the-world race, which is generally populated by planes that are much bigger and stronger. But Dusty has a dream, and he wants to do it. And he does do it. And take a look.
It ain't how fast you fly, it's how you fly fast. You can fly a whole lot higher than you think. Don't let anything distract you. She is like a sunrise after a lifetime of darkness.
Or like fresh fertilizer on a field of dying grass.
So similar to a snail wanting to compete in the Indy 500, we have a little bitty crop duster plane who wants to do this around the world race.
No, I was thinking about it actually. Yeah, he's like Turbo. He's also like Smurfette in that he wants to do more than he was built to do, and he's like Mike in Monsters University in that he wants to achieve at something that people don't think he can do. So yes, very familiar. But oddly enough, I went into this thinking, oh come on! Like the first two Cars movies were really weak.
The second one's really bad.
Yeah, this is sort of a naked bid to sell more bedspreads to 8-year-olds or whatever. But I was kind of charmed by this. It's very nothing special. I'm not trying to say this movie is any kind of great Disney canon kind of cartoon, but as a 90-minute time killer, it's better than either Cars movie, if that's not damning with faint praise.
Is it better than the first Cars? I'm not sure it's better than the
I'm
first
going to
Cars.
say yes.
Yeah.
It absolutely is not. All right, so I think it's unfair.
First of all, I'm a sucker
for
for flying scenes in 3D movies, and there's tons of them in this one.
This movie bums me out, and the reason it bums me out is, first of all, there's going to be a lot of people in this country, in the world, who think that this is a Pixar movie, and it is not. This movie, if you were to look at this next to something from Pixar, this movie would look like it was drawn in crayon. The animation is terrible compared to Pixar.
Yeah, okay.
Right? The story, yes, Pixar they're not at the heights that they were a few years ago. But this story, I mean, it's Rudy. It's every sports movie you've ever seen, right? It's every sports movie where the underdog wants to do the same thing, which is fine. That's okay, but I just found myself really disappointed. And this is, to me, one of the problems. I think it's indicative of Pixar getting out and out bought by Disney and seeing guys like John Lasseter and those animators and the properties that Pixar created and did so well are going to just get turned into mediocrity.
Was it supposed to have gone to DVD
and it
originally, wasn't it?
And honestly, it should have stayed there.
Toy Story 2. So I mean, that's not. And Lilo and Stitch got made at their fucking TV animation facility in Florida, not in the main studio. So let's not let's take the movie on its merits and not get into the weeds of the background stuff, because I don't think that is relevant here. I can't believe I'm defending fucking planes.
Apparently you are.
I found this movie to be.
It's not great, but there were enough little nuggets of amusing things that I found charming.
Here's the thing: from Disney and with a Pixar property, good enough is not enough. I'm sorry, it just isn't. Like this is.
But it's better than Cars 2, right?
I don't think so.
Getting with faint praise.
Really?
No, I don't think
It's
so.
very
say that
similar
Cars
to
2
Cars
is better
2.
than this.
It's really similar in
It
terms
is
of
super similar to Cars 2.
Like the structure of it and like the stereotypes and various ethnicities.
Absolutely, no, I don't deny, but I had more fun with it. I don't know.
Cars 2 at least earns being a Pixar associated film because it's beautiful. And for all of the story faults and as dumb as it is, and yes, like nobody wants a whole movie about Mater because it's obnoxious to hear him the whole time. I think that's a better movie than Planes. This is so by the numbers. It's like, this is on autopilot. This is committee thinking. I mean, this is just such, it's such movie making by committee. Like, oh, well, let's do something with that Cars world because it'll sell toys. Let's do a sports story. Let's do a story about somebody who wants to be more than he, like.
No.
And third graders.
And Disneyland even already has an airport section set up. I mean, I get it. Yes, this is a corporate decision making. But I still didn't hate it. I had fun watching the thing, and I didn't think I was going to have any fun at all.
Yeah, again, where I come down on this is the pedigree of everyone involved in this is so much higher than they deserve to work on this. Like this is This is terrible, considering who did this.
I'll tell you what, the expectation is you can put a movie out there for kids and kids will enjoy it, right? I think that it's a blanket kind of arrogant expectation.
Right, and I have a problem with that too.
And I can vouch for my own child. Nick Lemire fell asleep in this.
All I can
Nick
say is-
Lemire called it today. He's laughing, fell asleep.
After Smurfs 2 and even frankly Monsters University, which I thought if you want to talk about like rote storytelling and kind of by the numbers filmmaking, this at least to me felt like there were occasional jokes or character choices or even just little visual bits that I thought, okay, somebody actually showed up for work that day and put a little bit of effort into this thing that is otherwise, yes, a nakedly corporate cash grab movie.
I think the international planes are so stereotypical as to be almost racist in the way that they're depicted here. The Mexican plane is, of course, a luchador.
But I think when the Mexican plane turns Love Machine into like a sweet mariachi ballad, that was kind of, I thought that felt fresh to me.
Clever idea.
Yeah.
And then you hear the entire song.
I like the fact that the love interest in this movie is South Asian.
And another one's French-Canadian.
Which is unusual. Another one's French-Canadian. And it's a plane named Rochelle that's voiced by Julie Louis-Dreyfus, so that's a cute, inside joke.
That's good. I like that.
I don't know. I'm not saying this is a classic. I'm not saying it's a great movie. I thought it was charming enough, and I think that compared to a lot of other recent kids movies that really I thought were just horrible, it's perfectly fine.
It's fine,
when you
but
guys,
you say it's not good
when you
enough.
guys give the numbers, it's going to seem like you gave it a 10 and you give it a 1. You're actually
my
not that
number's
far.
too high.
Yeah, you're actually not that far
My
off.
number's too high.
You both gave it 4, so you
No,
know.
I'm dropping mine down to 1.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
No, it's not that bad.
So what's 11 and a half? Then it's
Fine. I give it a 6.5. I mean, it's, again, not a great movie. I just, for everything that you think, ugh, I can't believe this movie even exists, it's not that terrible. And there are some things in it that I thought were really charming.
We expect more as parents.
Yeah.
Oh, fine. Play that
You know what?
card.
I
I know,
expect.
but I'm seeing it through my child's eyes, and I know that he's seen a lot of movies, and he was bored in this, and he fell asleep. So that's
You know what
how I view
This is
it.
like watching Tiger Woods hit par on a mini golf course. Like, who cares?
You should write blurbs for Rotten Tomatoes.
I
You're good at
should.
this.
So 6.5, 4, and a 1.
And a
That's
1.
that's a 3.8 for
And
planes.
it's 21% on the tomato.
21. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So Alonso, once again, this is a week for you.
Yeah, clearly I've changed my meds or something.
Yeah.